Hey everybody, I'm back again today with our 9th process video using the intellectual kits, and I am happy to say that this is an extra video that I wasn't even sure I was going to get to make, but yeah, there's 9 layouts this month that I made that I'm going to make with the kits. So let me jump right in and show you what I'm using on this last layout. These layouts are not school related at all, or these pictures I mean. So this layout will not be a school layout. It's pictures of my son. We were giving him a perm because, as you may know, perms and curly hair are trendy in teenage boys. Yes. So I've got, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pictures that are portrait orientation and 2 that are landscape orientation. They're all 3x4 pictures, and that's what I'll be using. I have this little tag that I pulled out of the embellishments, a couple of little frames. The words Happy Times is probably gonna be my title. I had grabbed this little tag and the word beautiful. So those are the things that I'm thinking I for sure want to use. Of course, I still have a lot of chipboard frames left in here, so I'll get to those. I've got a lot of these. Let me cut some out that I want to use. I'm going to turn off the camera, read over these really carefully, and cut out the ones that I think I'm going to use. I'm also going to go ahead and put my title on this. I think I'm going to call it Perm Time. Oh, I want to call it Home Perm, but also I don't have enough E's. I'm just going to have to make an E. I will have to use this to make the E. So I am gonna call it Home Perm. Okay, I'm gonna leave those off to the side because I know I wanna use those. I'll stick those up there. And then I've got all of these little things that are left over, the little bits and pieces, and all of these little bits and pieces and the washi tape. And there's not too many scraps left from this kit. A few of these and some branding strips because I really used all the paper. I have this piece which I could use, but I really love this piece, and I have so much other school theme things left that I think I'm gonna save this piece for when I work on this kit again with other school pictures. So I don't think I'm gonna use that piece. I can use some of the flowers or some of this back if I need filler. I'll just put that off to the side. This is gonna represent my journaling. Oh, I picked Something Wild as another little subtitle, Totally Memorable, and then Happy Times. So we've got lots of words to go on there. And then, let's see here. I'm gonna kind of move some of these things off to the side so that I have space to work. And I think I am, oh, and the paper that I'm using is this paper from 49 to Market that came in the kit. It's like newsprint on one side and this on the other, and I really love this paper. I had this piece of paper because I had messed up one of my background sheets in a layout I made earlier this month, and I had to start over. So this was the mistake. I don't know if I can use it, but I've got it in case I need it to use it. Let's see, I'm gonna start by just taking the branding strip off of this. Let me see, what do I want as the background cardstock of this layout? My pictures have a lot of white in them, so I'm thinking that they're gonna look good on a darker color. So I think I might use one of these shades of brown that's in this paper to be the background of my whole entire layout. So I'm gonna go find, yeah, because it's just super white to use. Like, my pictures have so much white, right? Yeah, I'm gonna go find a few different colors of cardstock and see what I like the best. I will be right back. Okay, I found this like grayish brown paper, and I can tell just from the way that it's stuck together that it was probably from one of the like die cuts with the view cardstock pads from probably a decade ago. So I cannot tell you what color its name is or anything, I'm sorry. But it's just a grayish brown piece of cardstock. So let's get organized. First, I think I'm gonna lay my pictures out how I want them and not even worry about the patterned paper. I'm gonna even see, you know, how this is gonna work. And we've got from the beginning to the middle to the end. So they're kind of in chronological order here. This is the end. These two are the end. These are the middle. Okay, so that's the chronological order that we've got going on of these pictures. And I wonder if I can trim. There's not a lot of places I can trim because I'll cut people's face off to try to make these a little bit shorter. Let's see. And then if I just randomly stuck a frame on two of them. Let's see if I have any other frames that are that correct size. That's a square one. That's not going to work. These are all square. But maybe, see how big these are. I wonder if I could put frames just on all of them. Well, that would be cute. Okay, guys, you plan here, possibly. How wide are all these frames, though? If they're 3.5 inches, they're not all going to fit. Okay. Let me maneuver these and mess around with the sizing so I can see which frames I have room for and which frames are getting too wide for the page. And I'm also going to adhere these pictures into their frames. And I'm gonna do that off camera so you don't have to watch all of that, and I will be right back. Alrighty guys, I'm all over the place here. My brain is all over the place. Well, now these can all go like this if I wanted, but I don't really want them just all dancing across the page like that necessarily. So I don't know what I'm gonna do here. And these are so squished in here. Like they're all gonna overlap so much. I don't know what's happening. So what I'm gonna do is try to grab all the papers and things that I want to use and my scraps and try to figure that out. And then I'll work more on this layout because I'm not loving the layout that I've got going on right here. So I've got this paper and I had a couple different thoughts. My first thought was I could just put it right in the middle here and like span both pages and it just be there. I kind of like that idea, but I also like the back of this paper. So I think I'm going to tear to make the white core show all the way down this side. Gotta straighten this back out. And then all the way down this other side. That I will put the white core on the ends like that. I need to just decide right now if this paper is gonna be heavier. Here's the seam, okay? We'll leave it a little open. I need to decide if it's gonna be heavier on this side or heavier on this side. And I don't know that yet. So I think what I'm gonna have to do is move my pictures. I'm gonna make sure that this is showing on camera right too. I'm gonna move all of these pictures and get the paper. I'm gonna have to put everything down and then move it around. I'm wondering if I could do something. I don't particularly want to do the same thing on both sides, so I kind of didn't like that option. My little note there, so I remember what day this was. I don't really like this layout either, but I think this could help me in terms of grabbing the various titles that I want to lay out. Okay, and the embellishments. And I'm not even sure about this tag. Okay, so we've got home perm, and it really blends if I try to put it right there. So I might have to do that or get some other paper to back it. Happy Times is like another title I have here. And I definitely need to be planning this layout around this because this is giant. You know, this Happy Times can't be like a, oh, let me just throw this right here at the end type of thing. It's definitely going to need to be integral in this design because it's so large. Yeah, I struggle more with my layouts on single page, double page layouts. I struggle more with all of my placement. It's just so much and so big and so many pictures that I struggle way more trying to do placement on double pagers rather than single pagers. We'll see how this turns out here. I kind of want my home perm title to be on this first page though. Let me try rearranging some things here. I'm going to actually scoot this so it is more on the left-hand side and not as much on the right-hand side. And I even think I can add one more picture to this side to kind of help even it out, because there's my little seam and I feel like that's a little more even and a little bit nicer. Okay, I kind of like the layout here. I think I need a few of these things to slightly overlap because it's looking very disconjointed right now. So I'll overlap those two, and maybe I'll overlap this a little. So at least it all looks like it's supposed to be together. And then I've got my little something wild and totally memorable that I can put on here in places. Beautiful. That could just be on a little tab down there. Okay, I'm kind of liking how this is coming. Let's see. I think I want to spruce up this background a little, and I think I'm going to do that by using some of this metallic rose gold paint. And I think I'm going to use the brayer and brayer it a little bit on the sides. We'll see how that works. What I am going to do is get all the background paper adhered. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna get the background paper cut though, so I know where I'm cutting it. And then I am going to use the back of this paper to experiment with the brayer on, because I don't want to use the front to experiment with. So I'm gonna go off camera. I'm gonna get this background cut and things kind of adhered to it where I can, and then I will be right back to work on the brayering. Alrighty guys, when I'm making videos, I do a lot of like adhering big chunks like this, so it's just faster for me to move when I'm working, you know, on camera. If I was scrapbooking at home, like not on camera, I would not probably take the time to adhere all this together. I would just do it onto my layout. But that's why I do this. So that's a big chunk and this is a big chunk. These are put together. These are not, because I might need to adjust them. So I'm just gonna leave those off. What I would like to do is just add a little bit of metallic paint under here, just barely peeking out. I am gonna get a small palette to pour some paint on. And apparently by small palette, I mean my giant glass mat, because that's all I could find. Okay, and I've never done this before, so I'm not even sure if this is gonna work, but I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna run my little brayer through here. This is gonna be covered up by this anyway, so. Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. I'm just gonna get a little bit and just put a few brayerfuls of paint where I think I might need them. The good thing about using the brayer here is that the paint dries fairly quickly because it's so thin. So if that was there and my pictures were right here, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna put a little more going up there so you can see it a little, because that was not quite high enough. And a little more down here by where my title covered, because that was not quite low enough. And I think this is gonna be good. Oh yeah, this is gonna be great. I'm gonna leave this side as it is. I'm gonna allow it to dry. I'm gonna move all my pieces, and I'm gonna grab the other side of the layout. Okay, so this is gonna cover up all this area, and then this is also going to be covered, so I'm gonna really need it on this part over here. And I'm just playing because honestly, you guys, I don't know. I've never done this before. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever tried this with acrylic paint. But I think it's going pretty good. And I'm trying to keep it like a little uneven. Like, I don't want it to just be like a big square shape. I'm trying to, you know, do a couple higher, lower, different varieties of sizes. I feel like that looks pretty good. I might put one, since I've got a little more paint, just a little bit up here. I think I need more paint. I think this is all drying. If you noticed, I didn't put too much paint over here to start with. A little paint goes a long way, I think, with this. You really don't need a lot. Okay, now let's see. I've got this there and this here. Oh yeah, that's good. I'm not gonna add any more. I don't want it to go crazy. And I'm going to go clean up my mess right here and allow this to dry, and hopefully when I get back, we will be ready to adhere things down. All right, so we've got that all cleaned up, and got these. Let's see here. I think I can get everything lined up, and what I'm going to start doing next is adhering all the pieces. So I'm going to do that off camera so you don't have to watch, but I will be right back in just a minute. Alrighty, I've got all of my pictures and things laid down and adhered. What I wanted to say is this one right here, since it's overlapping another chipboard frame, I did have to pop this picture up with foam tape, and I also had to pop these little embellishments up with foam tape because they're also overlapping a piece of chipboard. And I don't like it when I have a layout that has like multiple things, something on multiple layers, and it's like halfway off of it. So yeah, I just did that. And then this E right here, I have got to, it's actually an F and an L. So I've got to kind of Frankenstein it here because I ran out of E's. So I'm just cutting the bottom off of the L. So I've got the bottom, I've got the F right there, and then I cut the bottom off of the L. And honestly, you can't even tell, especially these letters, because there's blocks of color on all of these letters. So it kind of just totally blends in. So I was pretty happy about that. And then I think I want the M to overlap here. So I'm gonna start adhering this word backwards, starting with the end, because I know where I want it to end, and it will just start wherever it starts as I'm moving backwards. Okay, so we've got this, and then I want to put something wild down here. And so I'm just going to put this something right over the top of the photo, and then the wild will just peek out right there. Okay, my journaling, there's lots of places my journaling can go. My journaling can go here, although this page is really full when I do that. I'm not really done embellishing yet, so my journaling can go here. If it's smaller, it can go right in there. Oops. That looks actually really good right in the middle there. It can go down here. So there's lots of options for placing your journaling, but I am going to put this word beautiful right here, but I'm gonna go through all of my little tags and stuff so I can add some little pieces like into things, because it's kind of not very many embellishment clusters right now, and you know how I love embellishment clusters if you watch my videos. So let me go through here and pull out some things that I want to try to use, and I will be right back after I go through all these little pieces. Okay, I found a few pieces that that I think can go here. How about success? Because it worked, you know. That's a picture. Okay, guys, I think I'm pretty much going to be done. This layout is fairly simple. Again, my journaling. This layout is fairly simple, but that's okay. There's a lot of pictures and a lot going on, so it's okay with me that there's not very many embellishments actually on this. So if you're more of a simple scrapbooker, you know, you might enjoy making this page because there's just a few things on it, but really the pictures really shine. The paper is nice and patterned and busy. I like what I did on the background there to add just a little bit more dimension there. So I think I like it. And this was going to be my last layout using the intelligent kits. And this was my 9th layout using the Intelligent Kits. I think this is the 3rd double pager I did this month. Holy cow. There will be a wrap-up video where I will show you all the layouts that I made and what I plan to do with all my leftover pieces, because we've still got a lot of leftover pieces of this kit. So that will be coming out here in the next couple of days. If you were inspired by this layout, either to create the same layout using your Intelligent Kit or just stuff from your stash, we would love to see it on our Not Just for Boys Kit Club community group. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like my videos, because I try to put out about 8 process videos a month with the current kit. And we offer subscriptions now at Not Just for Boys. All the information for getting an automatic monthly subscription will be in the details of this video below. So thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Bye.